I live in a quiet neighborhood in Indiana. Small houses, clean lawns, friendly neighbors. Nothing strange ever happens here. That's why I noticed him right away. The first time was on a Tuesday night. I was washing dishes when I looked out my kitchen window. Someone was standing in my backyard, not moving, just standing there. At first, I thought it was a neighbor who had wandered onto the wrong property. I turned off the water and looked again. He was still there, tall, thin, wearing dark clothes. His face was turned away from the house. I knocked on the glass. He didn't react. I opened the back door and called out, "Hey, can I help you?" No answer. When I stepped outside, the yard was empty. No footsteps, no sound. The grass was wet from rain, but there were no footprints. I told myself it was just my imagination. The next night, he came back. Same spot, same posture, facing the trees. I didn't go outside this time. I turned on the porch light. The light came on. He didn't move. That's when I realized something was wrong. He wasn't standing on the grass. He was standing slightly above it, like his feet weren't touching the ground. I closed the curtains and didn't look again. On the third night, I heard something. Slow footsteps, not outside, inside the house. They came from the hallway. I froze on the couch, holding my breath. The steps stopped outside my bedroom door. I waited. Minutes passed. Then I heard breathing, slow, controlled, right on the other side of the door. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I searched the house. All doors were locked. All windows were closed. But the back door had mud on the inside. That night, I stayed in my bedroom with the door locked. At exactly 3 a.m., I heard the backyard gate open. I forced myself to look through the window. He was there again, but this time he was closer, standing just a few feet from the house. His head slowly turned toward me. I couldn't see his eyes, only a dark shape where his face should be. He raised one hand and pointed at the back door. Then he walked forward, straight through the door. The door didn't open. He passed through it like smoke. I ran into the bathroom and locked myself inside. I could hear footsteps moving through the house. Slow, careful, like he was learning the layout. The footsteps stopped outside the bathroom, then silence. I waited until morning. When I finally came out, the house was empty. No damage, no signs of anyone breaking in. I moved out a week later. The house was sold quickly. Last month I drove past it. The yard looked clean, peaceful, but someone was standing in the backyard, not moving, facing the trees. I worked the late shift at a grocery store in a small town in Oregon. Back then, I didn't own a car. Every night, I took the last bus home. After midnight, there were only 3 stops left. Mine was the last one. At exactly 12:38 a.m., the bus dropped me off on a quiet road near my apartment complex. No streetlights, just trees, and an empty bus stop bench. Across the road, someone was standing. A man, tall, dark jacket, not moving. At first, it didn't seem strange. Sometimes people miss the last bus and wait there anyway. I walked past him and crossed the road. He didn't turn his head. I glanced back. He was still there, standing in the same position, facing away from the road. The next night, he was there again. Same spot, same posture, not sitting, not walking, just standing. That's when I started paying attention. He never checked the road, never looked at the bus schedule. He always faced away from the street. On the third night, curiosity got the better of me. As I passed him, I asked, "Hey, you waiting for the bus?" No response. I slowed down and looked closer. His clothes were clean. Too clean for someone standing outside every night. His shoes were spotless. I stepped closer. That's when I noticed something was wrong. He wasn't breathing, no rise in his chest, no movement at all. I backed away, quietly. As I crossed the street, I felt it. He was behind me. I didn't hear footsteps, but the air felt different, heavier, tighter. I didn't turn around. I walked faster. Then I heard it, shoes scraping against the pavement. Slow, careful, matching my pace. I reached my apartment gate and rushed inside. I didn't look back. That night, I barely slept. The next evening, I asked my neighbor if she'd ever noticed the man at the bus stop. Her face went pale. She told me there had been an accident there years ago. A man was hit by the last bus of the night. Witnesses said he died standing up. The driver claimed the man never moved, never reacted. Just stood there. Every night at 12:38 a.m., people still see him, standing, waiting, facing away from the road. I moved shortly after, but sometimes, when I worked late, I still take the bus. And every now and then, when the doors open, I see someone standing at the stop, facing away, waiting for something that never comes. I worked the night shift at a small gas station in northern Michigan. After midnight, the place is dead quiet. Just humming lights, cold air, and the sound of trucks passing far away. Every night at 12:10 a.m., a bus stops outside. The doors open. No one gets off. No one gets on. I never questioned it. Until one night. It was raining hard. I was cleaning the counter when the bus stopped, like always. The doors opened. A man stepped inside. Dark coat, wet hair. He didn't look at me. He walked straight to the back and sat in the corner chair, the one we keep for tired drivers. I waited for him to speak. He didn't. "Sir?" I said. "Are you okay?" No response. I noticed the floor. There were no wet footprints, no water under his coat. The rain outside was heavy, but inside, everything was dry. The lights flickered. When they steadied, the chair was empty. The bus was gone. The next night at 12:10 a.m., the bus stopped again. My heart dropped. The doors opened. No one came in, but the corner chair scraped softly across the floor. By itself, it moved, just an inch. Then it stopped. I quit that job the next morning. I didn't tell anyone why. 2 weeks later, the gas station was closed. Police tape covered the doors. A fire inspector stood outside. I overheard him talking. "They found a body," he said, "burned, sitting in a chair." I felt sick. "Any idea who it was?" someone asked. The inspector shook his head. "No," he said. "But the security footage is strange." "How so?" He lowered his voice. "The chair moved before the fire started. I don't take night jobs anymore, and when I pass empty gas stations after midnight, I never look at the chairs.